What's going on? Welcome to Wayne's World. Big Wayne's World. So I'm talking from sit here looking at some products I need to put in my lineup. My starting lineup. So we can offer these something better to the public. That's what I am. A public servant. Well, in a sense of kingdom, we are the chosen, God's servants. It's got to come with some kind of perks. No, it comes with some kind of perks. And it's the truth. I know I be passionate when I be talking about it, but it's the truth. I'm glad we get our own community. Like-minded believers can be in the same area for security purposes. And then you gotta know the anointed come in a different frequency. We can come in and lean on people and take people things and it's about people who just bring something to the table. You got skills. You got businesses. You got hard workers. Everybody don't have to have no license in order to be considered a businessman. You selling services or products, you're in business. You're a businessman already. You're doing kingdom business. You're living your life to the fullness in the spirit and the instruction of your creator. In the instruction and spirit of the creator to fulfill that thing. I hear a lot of complaining out here. And I'm like, do they get it? Do they see it? I'm like, Father, why your people don't know? And we are powerful people. Naturally. You know, like your father in every way in heaven. He's a creator. And he never understood anything about him as relates to purpose. He's a creator. Omnipresent. Meaning he's a spirit and he's everywhere. Which makes you a co-creator. Yeah. The divine one servants of the Most High in real time. You have a purpose, a greater. I'm sitting here enjoying the rest of my meal deal. We're gonna talk and eat. We hood with it. Come on, hood. We're gonna talk and eat. You ain't worry about that. Take that damn hood. I'm sorry. What up, brothers and sisters? Peace, 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 and blessings. Just walked back in. I had to go for a walk. Take this plate down here. I couldn't look air. I just closed that window. That window is not fully closed. I felt that air. That's why I put the hood on. I'm like, no, that ain't gonna work. I'm cold natured. We was kind of spoiled when we grew up. Mama made sure, and daddy and mama, not just no mama. They made sure we had heat. And we went around that boy, even when you didn't have no heat. Hold on. You had that stizzle. Mama smacked that stove on. Keep that house up. Man, doing days. Growing pains. Maybe growing pains. Going through life. I don't. I remember those times. And I always consider those times, even to this day. No matter what's going on and what we're going through. I consider those things. Because they are important. You know, these things good. It's easy. Walk to me. Not my type of cookie. What up, fam? I'm cold out there. I'm getting cool. Oh, my buddy. Go look at a vehicle. Nice little truck, too. Nice truck. Whoa. Where I go from? Moving road. What's going on? Y'all neck of the woods. Sitting here at the computer creating. Eating these cookies. My way to make these cookies. Oh my god. It's so buttery. It's so buttery. I'm not about to eat all that shit though. I better go downstairs for this one. All that mouth. Oh. You can't have a conversation about the business. We got to have our secret meetings. You gonna have to turn up the secret meetings for real around the house. Okay, hey guys, you can't just have open meetings no more. Then they want to critique everything you say, talking crazy, being disruptive. Like, oh, sister, we gonna have to drag you up out here. Security. I'm drag her tail up out of here. Get her right. Go down here to the man cave on the first floor. I'll get back to that. I got enough designs. There's a couple more designs I want to make. I got some stuff on my mind. I want to make these cards. But I got these designs with this leather. Make some leather designs. Then hit them up. Figure how I will go about designing these items. I want something different. I don't want what everybody got. I was looking at those letters. Them puff letters. I like them puff letters. I like the puff letter. I did some puff letter Nike joint. Puff letter Nike joint. One of a kind. Here's my book at. A one of a kind. You're gonna know it's something personal somebody did because you won't find this in none of these stores. Mm-mm. These coming. Dang, my water spilling. These coming straight out the hood, baby. Straight out the press. In the hood. Around somebody creativity. You did sitting in the house figuring what can I put together, put out there, and watch it make money. That's why I mess with these clothes. I love these clothes, fam. You a hustler and you know how to sell. And I'm a hustler, fam. I've been a hustler all my life. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm a hustler, baby. I ain't too old with all this. Yeah, she got that old pagan Christmas tree up. I ain't gonna talk about a tree. I don't follow all that stuff. That don't look pretty tree up. Shut up. Just put that joint up. You got some more. Oh, she still got a whole bag of them things over there. She be tripping. She know. None of that. You miss me. Christmas. What? Some black empowerment going. There's a lot of good things happening surrounding black empowerment. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's the way on, fam. We're gonna keep telling what we don't got. Trying to put the pedal to the metal and make it happen. I went out with my homie, like I said, we went out west to go and check out a truck. Nice truck. Real nice Acura. Up to date Acura truck. I'm like, that's a good freaking, and it had under 100,000 miles. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. And I recommended that they buy it. So that's what's up. No lights on. It has so many amenities to it. I'm like, this truck is nice, bro. That's what y'all do. You sell cars. Sometimes you get them, and sometimes you don't. And when you get them, you know, he sure got one on that one. I'm like, boy, y'all got a nice one there. Y'all better get that. I had some bread I get up. I know I need so much of bread by me being in cars slash repairing. And I have to consider that because that's gonna help me in my business. Like I be looking for things to sell. Like okay, can't just sell weed when shit goes slow in business. You know I can't keep doing that. Or you turn. At some point you gotta grow and turn. And I'm at that stage. They can have that shit because I can do things with products and services that'll get real money. I'm looking at earning money with still got the money band wrapped around. You know what I'm saying? So that entails you're gonna have to step out on Not just faith, but have that determination and conviction to know that you can start your business and run a business. That's where we at, brother. That's what I'm on every day. It ain't gonna look like that. That's what I'm on. And that's a good thing. I always say there's a separation going on. Those who are awakened, spiritually in tune with their higher self and seeking understanding and righteousness the right way with your creator. That's what it means to be awakened. Spiritually awakened and tuned, knowing who you are. And it matters. Got a lot of them saying A, B, C, and D. And I don't be listening. That's why I don't listen to a lot of people. I go and bust the books down myself. And I get a lot of kickback for that. Which is cool. I don't have no problem with that. Keep on. Keep on kicking. And I'm gonna keep on pushing. Denzel, you cool, but bro, you be tripping too, talking about you really wanted to kiss somebody in a movie. I ain't never heard a man sounding that eager and frantic about kissing another man. Pastor says you're the Antichrist. Oh, these preachers will call you anything. I don't listen to them. They don't even know who Mashiach is, man. Many Christians cannot discern between biblical Israel and Antichrist Israel. No, they can't. A lot of them don't even read the book. That's crazy. But they'll come on here. They're gonna throw all their ass under the bus. Look at this. Today is White Friday, not Black Friday. All of them corrupt. I've been fighting for advocacy and social justice. Been getting paid. They broke. You put money in front of people, and you'll be surprised how quickly they can change. Al Sharpton, a couple weeks ago, I told you that he took $500,000 from Kamala Harris. That was prior to his interview with her. Now, apparently, can you fit in a spoonful? A little bit of sugar, a little bit of spice. Mm-hmm. Family. You got to stop being shocked at what? Al Sharpton's acceptance of Kamala Harris's campaign 500K donation is a bridge too far. You have to stop and think, family. A lot of these so-called leaders and people that's in position of power, powers that shouldn't be. Then you have their underlings, which are middlemen who powers that shouldn't be do business with you. I'm saying we knew this from we knew this a long time ago. This ain't nothing new. That's like with lobbyists. People hear this term and they don't stop to consider to understand what it means and how it affects them. Then maybe some people just don't get it. Some people don't have that spirit of discernment like you do, where you can see things and pretty much watch people how they move. That's like if I'm watching TV family, I don't have to know the name of that story or the name of the show, but I can pick it up. I pick up on it and pretty much tell a story. That's why I can't watch TV with my girl because she be mad as hell. Tell me I'll shut up. But it's like I can see these things. It's like I see these things. My mind's eye be working, family. Like the average person to sit here and read the book and go with right what's on what's written right there on the surface instead of tapping into the book to get understanding, which causes a lot of commotion. I see that everywhere. I go up and down TikTok. I listen to the people. It's cool. They woke and they getting active in their ministry. We all are sons of the Most High. And when you accept that who you are and accept the Messiah, you starting a ministry, family. That's your ministry. That's your gospel to the world. But understand there's a separation. Public and private. What you do in private with the Most High, what you do in the dark will come to the light. We see clearly what they doing. They on the side with the goats. They riding goats. They ain't on the side with the lamb. You know? Mm-mm. They on the left side. We riding on the right. Excuse me. Many of them have sold you out. It ain't nothing personal, but we take it so personal. Black people get so uppity about the situation. Like they get mad. They don't want to talk about it. Which I understand not just talking about it. I'm about solutions, family. We can talk all day, but at the end of the conversation, let that be a solution. Don't matter where it's coming from. Let that solution hit the table and we move towards that. That's what's important. Let's check sister out. Well, we been knew they was brokering us out. They take the deal to come in and keep us at bay. So whatever agenda is going, it won't be offsided. You won't upset the agenda. Family, I'm not stupid. That's why nothing gets to us. It gets broken down into groups when it comes to us. And then I understand what being a bondman, a descendant of bondmen and bondwomen are. And people not looking at the Constitution. Because written in the Constitution, what you have, 13, 14, 15th Amendments, that 13 deal with slavery. It's still lawful in American territories, in the U.S. territories. Look up that what U.S. means and find its territories and understand that it's still lawful to enslave. According to the 13th Amendment. Look it up. So, and I understand it's biblical in nature. That's why I go to Deuteronomy 28 to understand intimately, not no guessing and people talking, well, you came from Africa, the Africans got rid of you for whatever reason, y'all cursing. No, yeah, you came out of the land of Africa, but understand That was an inheritance given to your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, that's how you landed in there. The Most High told you, Jacob, to go down in there. You, and when I say you, I mean as a descendant, a natural born descendant of the 12 tribes of Israel. The Most High, when you go in the book of Genesis, chapter 46, he spoke on that. He told Jacob and his descendants to go down there during a time when one of his children were ruling. So I understand what's at work here, and I see the bull crap at the same time when you have these religious zealots, these Christians, even some of the so-called Hebrews. I'm not gonna say his Israelites because all Hebrews are not Israelite. You know, Israelites are who they are, and yeah, and I'm talking about Israel, the nation, which is right now split in two until the regathering and them two sticks being made one stick again. You have two powers at work here in the earth. That's one nation, two kingdoms. That's two covenants at work. And then you have another covenant, which people don't. Yes, we're under the Messiah, but unto Israel, yes, Israel is separate. Is the Most High deals with you differently, yet as servants to be a light to the nations, to teach the Gentile nations, the heathens, whoever. It's whoever, because we're dealing with the spirit. We're not dealing with, and you have to understand, you have to have discernment in order to understand and to really hear what I'm saying. Because you hear me speak about the covenant of the descendants of Shem and his descendants as the servants of the kingdom. That doesn't negate the fact that all nations can come into the kingdom. But when they come in, no, they not Israel right then and there, but they can enter into. And then from there, we know how that go. It's just like the mixed multitude that came out of Egypt with Jacob's descendants to make those nations of Israel, to help make up those tribes of the nations of Israel. That was God's ultimate plan, to make Israel a great nation. And he did. They didn't go into Egypt under the auspice of being under the judgment, breaking the covenant. No. That happened to us in this time, standing that wisdom of the word. So you can understand. Not to everybody. But you can come in on the salvation in the kingdom of Israel. But these people are Shemitic people. His seed, chosen, the bloodline that Christ came through. He didn't come through that woman, come through a man. He came through the spirit in a woman. Yeah, he did. And like I always, when I'm having conversation, I'm explaining to people like, just to show us the Most High scatter his people, he's going to regather them people, family. He's going to regather them people and put them people back into their land. You don't have to believe it. But there's a thing such as duality. When I say duality, polarity, family, excuse me. Opposites. And it's written. Oh, okay, savvy. Get back to it. What they talking about? this TD Jakes thing, I've been checking it out because Sister Celestial is not letting off in the spirit according to the word. Now I'm blame her. I was not worried about none of the brothers and sisters who stepping up talking about who a prophet or who's not a prophetess. Like, make it make sense.
Jesus, I pray that you
Stop
have
playing.
actually been great and welcome.
Hold on, bro. Like, really? Y'all better wake up.
To the new month of December. So God has been so amazing and so.
And I like these videos, but Africa, y'all should come and sit down and talk to y'all brothers and sisters. And we can collab on videos, bringing your perspective from off the land and connecting with the perspective that's in play from the brothers that were scattered over here in America. I think that will bring about a greater presence, a greater understanding from both sides. And it don't necessarily have to be the big names out here that you see, the names that you constantly hear and see. No, it should affect the common man as well, where me and another brother or sister from over there can sit down and begin to dialogue and build them bridges right here in the communities, in the hood. We in the hood, they in the villages or the cities, wherever you at. It's time for those two sticks, them particularly, Ezekiel 38, Ezekiel 37. These two sticks, excuse me, that's listed in Ezekiel 37, from the houses of Israel and Judah. These two sticks will be gathered and made one stick again. So there's nothing wrong with us coming together. And it has already started. And I think that in itself will build a foundation, as long as it's rooted in the word. We ain't gonna worry about what the naysayers saying or who's saying otherwise. That's not what's driving us. That's what drives them. You know, that's what drives their ideology. And that's why they only go so far, because they're not led by the spirit, nor the truth of the word. That's why when we move under this pretense, it's gonna stand. All this, well, what if this, that, family, stop listening to them. What led you there? It's the same thing that's gonna keep you there. All of y'all, come out of yourself and be as little children. You should be in the learning stage. If something you don't understand, ask. Seek ye out of the book. Let's check it out.
From January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and right now in December. I had to mention each month specifically because each month was a special, an amazing month. Just
all
to
these
be
revelations.
God's word, full of the Spirit of God, and it has been quite an amazing
Man.
God is faithful and merciful, and we give him thanks and glorify his name. So the other video I did on special announcement, just check it out. It's actually a recent upload. Make sure you check it out because there's a special announcement for this month. So go and check it out because this month is a special month, and I want you to also look at. So in this video, we are going to be having a look at Bishop Jakes. The first time after this, actually this should be the second time. The first time he briefly spoke right there when he was coming out of the hospital from the surgery and everything, and he said that he doesn't fear death among other things. So this one as well, he's just speaking now to members of the Potter's house, especially because that one, it was just a moment, and then he decided to share a word or two. But this one is speaking specially on the Potter's House members. So we are going to be having a look at that and a very, very shocking prophecy of where Celestial is actually giving a very surprise background about where TDJX was with the Lord, where he is, and what is about to come up. It's quite a surprise. So we'll also look at that and just see is
Ain't gonna touch that right now. Y'all check her out, Sister Celestial. The prophecy, the Master's Prophecy blog. Check her out. That's a man. It's going up. Putin sends chilling warning to Trump. This will wake you up. Spiritual and enlightening TikToks.
No, I wasn't part of it.
Vibrations. Yeah, it's time to raise your vibration. I'm all about raising my vibration.
What's going on, fam?
Now
In
I
today's
need to
video,
raise it.
we're looking at spiritual TikToks that will help you raise your vibrations.
Talk to me.
So I woke up with some more information this morning that I want to share with you guys. If you are not able to hear in a certain frequency, you will not understand what I'm saying. If you have shifted in your frequency and you are part of the ascension, you're probably going to hear what I'm saying. You're going to understand it. But what I want to share with you is that the things happening on the earth right now and with the election and all this stuff is happening for a reason. It is to reveal the two energies that are splitting on the earth. Those who are not going into new earth and those who are. This is simply to reveal the 3D and the 5D timeline shift, the old earth and the new earth. And so as we continue to move through this time, this upheaval and this corruption being exposed, we are literally watching the universe exposing what is not moving into the next energy of the 5D. So even though it feels really intense and scary on a human level, I want to remind you and come to you that if you are here right now on earth and you are awakened in any kind of way, you are a volunteer. You came to volunteer to usher in 5D energy. You came to volunteer to bring new earth in. You are important. Your light is important. We are spread all over this earth for a reason. That is why many of us feel alone, because we are the light in our community. We are the light that is here to reveal the darkness. We are the light ushering in the
Woman, if you don't get out of my life, I don't care what it is, family, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now that you're studying, reading, learning what these words in the Bible mean figuratively, you taking on this newness in the word, it's raising your vibration. That's what the fifth dimension. You going, the earth is on a higher frequency. The earth is on a higher vibration, meaning it's pointing towards the creator. We're heading back to the source. And what's not of him is being tried, family. Think about it. If you're not transcending, then that means you're going to be stuck. How can you tell? You can look at your mannerisms right now, your ways, how you think, what you're doing will tell you if you're on if you're on a higher frequency. You know this. You know how you act. You know how you treat others. Do you treat others with love and respect and honor? Do you have that spiritual fortitude that's moving you in righteousness, meaning right standing under the king's rulership? Because he's creating kings, family. He's not creating people don't know, creating sons, man, that know, and that's in the sense of men and women, rulers, family. How you gonna be a servant trying to rule in his kingdom? The enemy will come and kick you to the curb in 10 seconds. Let's get back to this. I just want to interject. But this is important to know. This is the second time I heard this message about a split, um, 3D and 5D timeline split. I can believe that. Yes, there's a separation and light. Can two walk together unless they agree? I don't think so. That's biblical.
New earth. We came for this very reason right now that we are in. Like we are in it, you guys. This isn't something coming. This is something happening right now. And I have heard my spirit team tell me that it is time for you to buckle up and stand in your power and light. Now, the way they explained it to me was not to try to convince people to wake up. That is not our job. People wake up on their own because you become the mirror for them to see themselves. People don't change until they see themselves. So, by you just continuing to be yourself, by you continuing to speak truth, by you continuing to spread love and kindness and unity among the collective, you are a reflection to those who are still in the 3D who have yet to wake up. We have one more round of awakening, and we're in it right now. And if these people are willing and ready to shift into a higher consciousness and to wake, they will be able to move into 5D energy with us. They will be able to move in new earth. However, if they're not, if they're not meant to be moving into 5D and they're meant to remain in the 3D, they will have two choices. Either to allow themselves to start to heal and shift in their frequency and wake up, or they're not going to be here anymore. And this is what it means to be the end times. We're ending an old energy and air, and we're beginning a new one. And if you are here, you are a volunteer.
Yo, if you here, you're a volunteer.
The war been on. You was dispatched from heaven to come to serve in this war. That's why the Most High created us. To establish his kingdom here and rule it under his authority, which is his law. That's why I always explain to people, there we have a king and we are his kingdom citizens, living in his kingdom. And he has given you what? The law. The law, it matters. You can't be a lawless people because within operating in the parameters of it, that's where your walk begins with him. It's not to say, oh, I'm lawful. Oh, no. We receive salvation through Yahushua, and we endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
That it's not occurring. We are in a battle right now of the darkness versus the light. And for those of you who deny that darkness even exists, you are a problem. To say that only love and life exists in sex trafficking and children trafficking and abuse of animals and the destruction of nature, to deny darkness is to deny the battle that we are in.
Why shouldn't you say anything dark about men? See, that's the thing. Nothing bad happens to men. We don't ever talk about what bad is.
They didn't care less about men.
It's always
They
about
only concerned about
women,
women.
children.
That's what
animals.
makes me wonder about their message. Is it the
It's
truth?
never the men.
I got a message for the men and
No,
women.
it's not.
My
For me to
message
say
ain't
it's
just
scary.
for the
What it is,
For the
though,
men.
is for you to wake up to
yeah,
what we need to
men
be
and
doing
women,
currently
but
on
y'all
this
be
planet.
tweaked out.
And
You right,
as you know,
bro.
the United States of America just elected someone who they believe is going to change, is going to create something new from something broken. And I'm sorry to shit on your parade, but there is no way in hell that a lower level of consciousness, someone of the old earth, someone who has not elevated or evolved, someone who has not become an enlightened being, can ever be a leader of the new earth. You cannot create shit from shit. You must come out of the shit to see that you were vibrating as shit, and then to become who you truly are underneath all the shit. We're so brainwashed and conditioned to believe that something outside of us is here to save us. It's Trump, it's Kamala, it's Jesus. Jesus did not come here for you to look to him as the savior, as the one that's going to save you. He came here to teach you that you are the savior for you. And of course, patriarchy took that and just fucked it all up for all of us. And now we have so many people praying to Jesus, asking Jesus to save us, save me, save me, save me. And it's all part of the agenda. And the agenda is, let's keep them looking outside of themselves. Keep them so powerless, keep them so weak, keep them so disconnected from the truth of who they are, so they never ever go on the path of discovering that what they are looking for is actually themselves and within themselves.
Some of y'all is off. So it's kind of off. I don't support everything they say, just so you know, but I understand this thing with 3D and that woman kind of off. And Yahushua is Yahuwah's salvation. Jesus Christ is God's salvation. Excuse me, get some water. He is Yah's salvation. So what is she talking about? And I be keen on that. I listen to the word people saying, but spiritual and enlightening TikToks that will make you raise. Bro, I feel you. A lot of these cats, man, I guess eat the meat, spit out the bones. I'll listen to what frequency your conversation is coming in. How do you express your message? What language do you use? It's a certain language that connects you. Spiritually, we know in spirit and in truth, there's a certain language. There's no way around the word. You have to. That's why I always revert back to the word. It's not going to come from a man or woman or outside source. It's what's been sown in me already. The Most High put it there. And reading that word only reignites, brings forth what's been longing to come out. Man, bro, I'll be ready to go AWOL out here with this word. Then I have to be creative. You have to be like the creator. Creative. See what they tell me.
That person or love to hurt people.
I don't understand love.
Deep stuff, girl.
Just realized that 2025 is the year of the snake in the lunar cycle. I don't know if y'all realize this, but do y'all know what happened in the year of the snake previously? In 1817, year of the snake, the U.S. entered World War I. 1842, year of the snake, the U.S. entered World War II. That was after the attack on Pearl Harbor. 2001, year of the snake, 9/11 happened. Into what? The war on terror. So the invasion of Afghanistan were all significant moments in history where the U.S. was thrust into massive shit. Do you catch my drift? So the year 2025 is the year of the snake. What y'all think will happen? Talk about the time in between the events. So from 1917 to 1941 was 24 years. 1941 to 2001 was 60 years. From 2001 to 2025, we're back at the 24-year mark. We're starting to see a clear pattern emerge between the 24 and 60-year mark. And it's clear as day, every year of the snake or every 24 to 60 years, some kind of global upheaval happens, like the shedding of the old, trying to bring something new in, even though it's going to be chaotic and painful. But 2025 is also the year of 9, which is completion, as well as endings and transformation. Eggs shed their skin just as the old collective consciousness is going to shed their old belief system. The veil which has been hidden will be lifted or completely demolished. No coincidence that all of this energy is converging in 2025, the year of the snake. I mean, just think about it. We're getting ready for it now. Global tensions, the shifting of power, push for truth over illusion, and it's all leading us somewhere. And if you can feel it, if you real tapped in, then you already know where it's leading us to. 2025 will not just be another year. It's a pivotal moment in history. The world will be forced to reckon with its own shadow. If the snake sheds its skin, the collective is preparing to shed centuries of control, elation, and deception. I talked to everybody last year and said, buckle up for 2024. Y'all probably thought I was joking. 2024 was just the tip of the iceberg. You can bet your bottom dollar when I say buckle up for 2025, you better do so. I'm only saying this because most people are not ready to handle the truth. Those with your eyes wide open, it's just going to be another bump in the road, but we'll be alright. The end of the world is just the end of an era. Honestly, I'm glad to see this shit go. And what was in it will be revealed. Better believe it. If you think what came out this year was something, you have no idea. Those who have been doing the inner work will be ready to step into this new era. Post-veil reality is not about fear, though. It's about preparation, this understanding and alignment with the truth. Snake represents knowledge, wisdom, and rebirth. Just like 1917, 1941, 2001, and 2025 marks pivotal moments in our collective journey. 2025 will be a bit different because this is on a whole spiritual level. Just make sure you keep your third eye open, aka your first eye. Keep your head on a swivel. Just remember, everything is connected. 2025 will be the year that proves it. Mark my word. Make sure you get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
You ready for the year of the lizard?
When you're with somebody and you feel someone's energy pulling on you, you're not imagining that. And how does that happen? One of the ways that people attach and drain you is complaining. Constant complainers, that is a vampiric quality, or shall I say trait. That's a vampiric trait. They complain. What they're doing, just energetically, is...
Take heed to that, brother. You be going about life and, certain things transpire in life, which leads to other things happening behind it, right or wrong. Look at the energy behind it because it's a certain spirit operating. I understand perfectly what this lady is saying. It's called discernment. Jacob is here. We know. I don't know everything, but I'm able to discern what I'm hearing clearly.
They're saying, I'm not generating enough energy from inside of myself. So what I'm going to do is attach myself to your willpower. And I'm going to use mine to complain about something, and then you will provide me with positive energy, with optimism, with hope. And then I will go, and I will feel empowered, and then you'll detach. But that person with no intention of actually acting on that power.
No.
In fact, they'll simply
Just to destroy.
Feeding off of you.
That's it.
Go home for a day, feed off of that.
Don't know what
not
the
use
hell
it
it
because
did.
it's not their energy. It's yours.
Exactly.
But it will be like a transfusion. It's
No.
like an energetic transfusion that they will use, and then the next day they have to
They're
find
back dead.
more. Which is why you think after a while, I can't be around that person. I just, we have the same conversation, it's the same thing, and nothing ever changes. Because you can't, here's the truth, pay attention to this. You cannot create off of someone else's energy. You absolutely cannot create off of someone else's energy. We can only create off of our own life force, our own. That is what karma is about. We cannot utilize someone else's life force and think that we can make something happen from their life force. It's not possible. people can supply us with grace through prayer. And that is the supplement that we can utilize. Grace through prayer. But if you are vampiric in your style and you use complaining, and you think that that's going to help, and you might feel a temporary, I'm so supported by that person because they listen to me. But by the next day, you're right back where you started. Because that's how the laws of energy work. You cannot live off of someone else's energy. And this is why, from a different point of view, we are all called to develop our sense of self. We are all called to develop our sense of self-esteem. We are all wired to listen and hear our intuitive guidance that says, do this, do that, do this, because it empowers us in order so that we can make decisions that further our own life journey.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of these complaining vampires. Anybody else been around a complaining vampire that just drains you of all your energy?
Yes. Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like, dang,
Yes.
I ain't got no energy now.
I have
Yes.
a deep sense of faith. I truly believe that when you pray, you get guidance. That you don't have to repeat your prayers all the time because God's not deaf. That when you ask for help, it's in there in the blink of an eye. That you have to let go of the way you think help is going to come to you. That everything has a purpose in your life, even if you can't see it. That every relationship has a purpose in your life, even though that purpose may hurt a great deal. When people say to me, oh, now let me see, I've just met somebody who has the same wounds as I do, and we're wound mates and we're soulmates. And I want to say, oh, get out of here. I'll tell you who your soulmate is. Tell me the one person who has caused you the most pain in your life, and that is your soulmate. Because it's the person who has expanded your soul the most. Well, I believe all of these things are really true. I believe that there are so many deep spiritual teachers in our history and in the world now who are that are trying to teach us that the only real meaning of this life is to learn that life is only for spiritual development. And there is no other meaning. There is no other meaning. And I think that's a frightening thing because we come from a long, long tradition that separates our physical life from this spiritual life. That if we're going to choose spiritual development, this energetic culture that we are making now, I'm not talking about anything that's 2,000 million years in the future, I'm talking about now, that we will, next step of evolution within the spiritual path is the merger of our spirit with our physical body, and living then within in a simultaneous harmony with the power and the energy that flows through both. And I believe that's where we're going.
For real, I do believe like the physical and the spiritual have to mirror each other for you to be whole. And that's why society in itself right now has tried everything to get us away from being spiritual. Because our ancestors back in the day, they were spiritual. So nowadays, everyone has to work or worry about all these other things, right? These physical things to where spirituality isn't even in a conversation with them anymore. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of people who are waking up and, who are becoming more spiritual. But that is not the way of the society. Those are individuals, right? The society is moving in the complete opposite direction to where everything is physical, nothing spiritual anymore.
In every single one of us, every human being out there, there are two of us. There's two people. The first person in each person is called the ego, or I call it the ego. EGO. Earth Guide Home.
Yeah. Peace and blessings, man.